Boom, we're back. Absolute Sure Podcast on a Thursday afternoon. Not this Thursday, but we here.
Acting different.
We here to get shit cracking, talk about some topics. I feel good. It's not late at night. I'm not super tired. So, it's all good. I'm here. We're ready to rock and roll. So let's
My
get
boy
it.
refreshed.
I'm refreshed. Let's get it started. Let's get it, let's get it going. So, we always start off with good things. So good things for me. I've been on a streak on the picks, man. I've been on a streak on the prize picks. I ain't gonna lie, 2 days in a row. We on a streak, baby. Let's keep it rolling. We on a streak.
What kind of streak you on?
I hit a 6 man and I hit a $10 4 man. So we on a streak. Let's keep it rolling.
Boy, you never hit two that close together.
Let's keep the streak alive today. We got some hockey. We got a little bit of basketball. Let's see if we keep the streak alive. But that's pretty much it.
My
Shit going
boy
good.
Mav VS over here.
Nah. Y'all hear me? Am I loud? Or am I quiet?
With
I
the
think I'm
headphones
good.
I got on, sound good.
Okay. All right, dude. What about you? You got anything?
Nah, not really. Not really.
Okay, New Year just started. Maybe next week we'll have something. But let me just make it to do a check real quick on this.
Not really.
Okay, New Year just started. Maybe next week. Okay, boom, we good. So, anyways, we got a plethora of topics. We got Stephen A. Unhinged, Jewish tunnels, Lil Nas X versus God, and a couple of things. What do you want to get into first? What's the first thing you want to hop into
A
on
lot
this
of religious
beautiful
shit today, huh?
Thursday? Beautiful Thursday morning.
Oh man. All the topics in the world. Let's get into something light. Well, it ain't really too light. We get to the Stephen A. Jason Whitlock convo.
Okay, so pretty much Jason Whitlock, the gist of it is I guess, God damn it, he exposed Stephen A for like lying in his memoir about being a D1 basketball player or getting a scholarship because he came in and shot 17 threes in a row and he got a something like that. He was exposing him for that, calling him a fraud, and then he went on like other episodes calling him talentless and kind of invoking the Cat Williams type thing, like, oh, he's a plant, just like Cat Williams said Kevin Hart was a plant. Stephen A is a plant because they can control him, and he's a buffoon, and he's this and he's that, kind of disparaging him. So Stephen A responded, pretty much saying that Jason Whitlock can't be trusted. He'll backstab everybody. Nobody in the industry actually likes him. Kind of like that. That kind of like Jesus.
I
Like,
mean, it
nobody likes
seems like
you.
to be true.
You said what?
It seems to be true. If you look at his trajectory, like he was way up there. Like he was up there with the
Yeah.
Stephen A's, and I ain't gonna say he was just as good, but he was up there as far as notoriety, name, and shit like that when I was in high school, and a little bit probably after that. But now he's just on those back podcasts, sports shows, and I mean, it's nothing wrong with that because get your money independently. But you could
Yeah.
tell people don't fuck with you because you're not on them syndicated shows no more.
Yeah.
And
And
it's not
people will try
lack
to
of
attribute
talent.
that to, oh, it's because he wasn't kissing ass. But it's like, my thing with him is like, oh, they put these people in these positions because they're ass kissers. But like you said, you were at one point, like, you weren't Stephen A, but you was still on these shows. You had a like kind of like a prime time. Like the show he was on with the four other people for Fox, that wasn't obviously First Take or Undisputed, but it was like one of those kind of like premium type of shows that he was on. So it was like, were at that time, were you an ass kissing plant that was able to be used, or is it like now that I'm not in that position no more, I'm independent. Now you're like, oh, everybody who's up there, they're all ass Pat McAfee, this guy, that guy, they're all like fucking clones and drones or whatever. So I was like, I don't know. I just felt like my synopsis of it, the video I made, was that he kept invoking the name of Cat Williams. So it just made me think, oh, he saw, oh, Cat Williams went viral for calling out one of the top people in his industry, and it worked for him. So I'm going to do that because Stephen A's book's been out for like a year and a half already. This isn't a new book that just coming out this week. This book's been out for fucking a year and a half. But the way he kept saying Cat Williams' name made me think like, okay, he knows. Well, let me just summarize how I thought about it. So I feel like people in the industry, like he's in the sports industry, Cat Williams is a comedian. So when they speak on people in their industry, it gives it more credibility to people. And then when you pick a polarizing figure who's very popular, you know for sure you're going to get at least those people that hate them to side with you. So you're going to get some type of, so like with Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, people don't like Kevin Hart, so they're going to get those people that don't fuck with Kev. So it's like that type of effect that he thought he was going to get. But to me, it's like it's the beginning of the year. I want to get attention, and this is the way I'm going to get attention. Because at the end of the day, Smith was like, he's not informative. He's a buffoon. He's bombastic. He's just loud or whatever. It's like, at the end of the day, this is the entertainment. Like, it might be media, we're giving reports, but at the end of the day, it's entertainment. Who can get people to watch? That's what it basically like boils down to. Because my thing is, there's people that talk about music that know all the X's and O's of music. They know the beat, the BPM, the this, the that. They're very well versed in everything, but they're not entertaining. So nobody watches them. There's people that probably know all the X's and O's of sports. They know every stat, every history mark, all that, but they're not entertaining. So at the end of the day, to make it, you got to be entertaining. And Stephen A, Shannon Sharp, people like that, Cam and Mace. Like I don't think Cam and Mace are the greatest sports breakdown or analytics, but they can do that to a level that we understand and they're entertaining, so they're going to be successful. So I think that's all it is. I think it's kind of some hating shit, some jealousy, a little bit into it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Hayden. Like you said, him bringing up Cat Williams' name clearly shows he was trying to steal some of that flame that Cat Williams had. But even then, like, if you're gonna give receipts, like, or you gonna try to say some shit, you better have receipts. That's what shit with Cat Williams works so well. Like, literally the next day, people posting everything he was saying
Yeah.
that kind of backed it up. Like some shit, obviously, he was kind of, you can't even look up. Like, if did the nigga read 3,000 books
Yeah.
in a total of a certain amount of years, which he honestly, I don't know, it's probably possible back in that time and period.
3,000 is a
Like,
lot though when you break it
like
down.
it could be exaggeration, but to understand they didn't have TVs, and if he was a bookworm, like it's possible, it's doable. Like what they told us back in the day, I forget what. Like in the summer, we had little summer programs. You come back if you read like it wasn't 100 books, but I feel like it was something like that, right?
Yeah, but we was probably reading like little, like little
Yeah, for
bullshit. He was
kids
he was
books.
he was
Yeah,
he was like he was reading encyclopedias and shit
that
like
nigga
that.
did say that shit though.
You
That
would have
nigga
to be
did say
reading
that.
like 10 books a day to read 3,000. Like you ain't reading
Yeah, no, I
fucking
don't
10
think ten
encyclopedias.
thousand. I don't think 10,000, but I mean 3,000. But if the nigga said 1,000, like, or if he said 3,000, he read 900. Like, nigga, that's still fucking
Yeah,
impressive as
he's still
hell.
reading a lot of books.
Yeah, so I get what he's saying, but we can't fact check that shit versus a
Well,
lot of the other shit was fact checked. And then other shit from what he was saying, like the shit with the industry plant shit. Like I ain't agree with it with Kevin Hart, and I don't agree with it here. It's like nigga scored 1.5 baskets a game. Like who gives a fuck? Like he's doing
that's what I said. What does
journalism.
that have to do
With
with
like
broadcasting?
how many buckets your ass was getting? Like have you ever even hooped before? Have you played football?
Yeah,
Like that's not the criteria for journalism. Now, I mean, in this day and age, it does start to seem that way because we starting to get some of the athlete podcast type shit. So, and a lot of people gravitating towards those. But yeah, it was just a dumbass. Like Stephen A. said, he's a bitch. He's a whatever you want to call him because it does start to seem that way. Whitlock just seems to be Uncle Tom ass dude, bro. Like if you go back and read his receipts in history, bro, like he got a long time of pressing a button and especially with the race baiting shit. I don't know. I think he had a history with Kaepernick too. Like
yeah.
I think that might have been a time he fell off, if I'm being honest, because
Mm-hmm.
it started. I don't know. I could be just remembering shit in bad order, but it do seem that he hasn't been a likable person because at a certain time, bro, I stopped liking the nigga, and I was kind of on his side when it came to watching his sports show. Let me look up what was the name
I
of his
think,
sports
and
show.
even the criticism he had of Stephen A. He was like Stephen A. says things to like get likes on Twitter. But I'm like, bro, Stephen A. get killed by people on Twitter all the time. They say he always talking bad about black athletes. He always does this. So I'm like, I was just confused on where these comments were coming from because Stephen A. isn't loved on Twitter. He talks about all the time how he talked to conservative people and he do this and he was talking about Biden presidency on his show. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
just confused on where he was getting that narrative from. I was like, why are you acting like he's like some? He's a company man for sure. Don't get that. He says it. Hey, I'm ESPN. When it came to, like the Pat McAfee, Aaron Rodgers shit, he was like, don't ask me about that. That's in-house shit. I'm not speaking about it. Like that's some company shit. It's my bosses. Like he's a company man for sure. But to act like he don't be saying shit that get him killed on Twitter because he wants to be like a part of the woke, whatever. I just don't. I don't know. I
And
don't get
yeah,
it.
Stephen A. definitely not on my good side, especially when it came to the COVID conversations and shit when he was killing Kyrie and just him and his Kyrie feud in general. Like, I just didn't like how he went about it. Like, it's plenty of things I didn't like with Stephen A. Smith, but to act like um how he attacked people is the only reason he's up there, or the fact that he's such a puppet is the only reason he's up there. And it's the same with Kevin Hart. I disagree. Like I've seen Kevin Hart put on a dress, I've seen Kevin Hart get fucked by Shaq, but that's still not the only reason he made it to that height. Just
That's
like
crazy.
I mean, he did. It was the fucking
I just said the way you said it. he
I
got
mean,
fucked. He
it's
got humped
he got
by him.
fucked.
He got humped.
He got fucked,
He
bro. And
got
that shit
getting
was in
fucked.
the
It's like,
script,
come on,
bro.
that's
That shit
crazy.
was in the script. He got fucked, bro. I don't give a fuck. You felt that man penis on your ass and multiple times. That shit, you got fucked, boy. That shit crazy. Cause I can't never. I don't think no other man can attest to that happening to them
Yeah.
in real life. Like that's some weird shit. But even what I'm saying, like. It's other niggas that ain't tried that shit. It's the dude name. I forget the name from. He acted with Martin. He was a young dude, and he put on a dress with Martin on the
Brandon T. Jackson.
Yeah, Brandon T. Jackson. Nigga put on the dress, shit ain't work for him. Like, it ain't work for him. Like, everybody could attempt to sell out. Like, and I do say these niggas are still not to a degree, but to act like that's the only reason these niggas making it, that's a whole nother conversation, bro. That's a whole
Like
nother conversation.
my thing with Kevin Hart would be like, you could say, okay, he put on the dress
Pause.
and then he put on the dress and he became a movie star, but that skit already came out in like 2013. By 2013, he had I'm a Grown Little Man, Seriously Funny, Laugh at My Pain, Let Me Explain. Like, he had these specials out already, so he's already a comedic rock star. Now, if you would say he wore a dress to be in movies, okay, maybe you argue that. But when it comes to I'm like, you can argue Kevin Hart movie shit. Cool. I'm not like gonna sit and debate how did he get in the movies, why did he become the biggest star. But when it comes to just comedy, like, niggas was arguing me down. They was like, we didn't hear about Kevin Hart till Laugh at My Pain. That's when they pushed him. I was like, why would the industry give a nigga 2 specials and then push him out on his third one?
Niggas ain't see Seriously Funny?
That's what they was like. Seriously, they said that Seriously Funny got pushed on them after Laugh at My Pain. That's the industry started pushing.
Y'all niggas crazy. Duma gotta, bitch.
That's what I'm saying. And I was like,
give me the juice, punk ass daddy. Like, nigga, y'all niggas crazy as hell.
That's what I was like. And I was like, that's the one that LeBron James was at. So I was like, if any time the industry was going to be an industry play, it'd be like when LeBron James comes. I was like, he would have been known already by the time. But they was like, nah, it was Laughing My Pain when he. I was like, okay, I mean, that's when y'all fell upon him. That's y'all.
Yeah, and I mean, I gotta start looking up shit more as we talking. But Kevin Hart specials, like, I think that might have been the first special. Now, I ain't gonna lie, even to have Seriously Funny as his first special, it is weird because it's like, where all your other kind of work at? But he was on. Actually, it's not weird because I'm starting to remember his trajectory. He was on the shit with Shaq, where he came on there.
I mean, the first one was I'm a Grown Little Man. That was the first one in 2009.
That's what it was. Oh, okay, yeah. And then seriously funny after.
Then Laugh at My
Damn,
Pain.
Laugh at My Pain, the third one?
That's the third one.
Oh, niggas tweaking, boy. Niggas.
That's what I'm saying. Because even if the narrative is like, oh, Laugh at My Pain is when the industry started pushing, which is stupid to me because those 2 first ones were big ones at the time.
That's when he started falling off, if you ask me.
Cat Williams, his first real special was the Pimp Chronicles. That's his biggest shit. It's like, if you're my thing is, if you're in an industry playing somebody, I would think it'd be their first one. You're gonna try to industry plant them, but like I don't think Cat was an industry plant because he's been doing like whatever Def Comedy Jam since like 1997 and shit like that. But my point is, like, if the industry's gonna plant you, I doubt they're gonna keep spending money on your first 2 specials and wait till the third one to finally give you that push that you need. I just think
niggas straight up capping. And say it was you definitely can't say it was Stephen A. Stephen A. has been around for 30 fucking years, 40 years.
He got fired from ESPN.
And then he was in the locker rooms interviewing motherfucking people. Like, his bond with certain athletes, like, he was different. Like, the nigga was a beat writer and not so much, they call it journalism, as far as the ESPN shit, which is both journalism, but it was a different type of journalism. That boy was in the field. You can't sit up here and say it. And I know the same for Kevin Hart. Like you said, he had days with Aries Spears or something like that, or one of them niggas that was driving him around, helped drive him around.
Yeah.
But not only him, it was so many other dudes. I seen him with the Patrice O'Neals and all them other stuff. You go back and they got different sets or different things where they was on TV in the early 2000s with other comedians and shit. So the dude been around for a fact. It's just some people just got that.
In 2004, for Kevin Hart to get a sitcom, because like I said, I'm a Grown Little Man, didn't come out till 5 years later. The plant narrative to me just wouldn't work because they would start him at 2004. And if they did, let's say they tried to plant him.
What he did in 2004? What was
he had a sitcom?
What was the sitcom?
Big House or some shit like that. I think that's what it was. 2004. Big House. Let me fact check that. Big House. Kevin Hart.
2004 sitcom.
Yeah, so 2004. Nobody knows the fuck. I think it only had like a couple episodes, and then it went off, right? And that didn't work.
But he had movies though.
What did he do? He went back to comedy. I mean, yeah, he was doing like Paper Soldiers, and he had like Soul Plane and shit like that. But then, that's the thing too. The movies ain't what really blew Kevin Hart up. The comedy shit is what blew Kevin Hart up.
Yeah, I be forgetting, bro. Kevin Hart had so much shit. He was in Scary Movie. He was in Paper Soldiers, like you said, and it was a shit called Long Came Polly. Then he had Soul Plane. So it's like, yeah, he been in shit, bro. So for him to get that TV show, he already showed that he could be what do you call it? The star lead or the main lead of the show, and it worked, or the movie, and it worked. So, or at least Yeah, you can write around them type shit. So him
I just be wondering sometimes is it like hating shit or is it just like you don't like him? Because
definitely.
even this play now of like his ex wife is going on tour with Cat Williams. It's kind of like it feels like a real vendetta. It feel like to me it just feels like Cat Williams, Kevin Hart. They're both the little funny guys, and it's like we are we're the battle, right? Like Dave and them and Chris Rock and like I don't even kind of do the similar. Like we're not like they can't put us in the same box. Little short guys who are like loud and funny. Like that's me and Cat. So it's like I don't go at really these other guys. Like me when I Steve Harvey and them, but the main focus I've been seeing people focus on is Kevin Hart mostly. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like people just don't remember everything with Kevin Hart and how much he ain't working and really put in. That's really what it be feeling like.
yeah. And like I said, it's one of those things. Like once people just have a narrative on you and they don't like you, it's like it's easy for someone else who you might like more to get you to really hop on that wagon and go after him. Igbo Praise says, "I won't lie to you guys. I do not see a correlation of wearing a dress in movies to stardom. I'm not saying I'm saying it's what happened. I'm saying if I'm gonna go with the narrative of why a nigga wear a dress to get into the movies would be more than the blow up in the comedy because the comedy was already big before the dress. So
And me
that's
personally,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think it's a direct ascension. I just think you gotta like when they ask you to put on a certain shit, like it just help keep you in that same side of the fence type shit. Like for instance, like if you don't put it on, you start to get those rumors where he's hard to work with, or he's a good talent, but X, Y, and Z. That's the difference. And versus like, oh, he'll do anything we say. He comes to the shoot. He's wonderful. I love to work with Kev. Like that's the difference. So the people that may hire Kevin or the people that may cast Kevin, if another casting director really ain't fuck with him, that's when you start to see blackballs after you argued on this script and you go over here and you had things you want to change in this script and you go over here and you had things you want to change in the script and it might be right. It may be some effeminate ass shit or I forget, that might not even be the word, some emasculating shit, excuse me, and you want to change it or you don't want to do it. But in their eyes, your ass disgruntled worker. But when you put on that dress, you perform and you do everything they say you do. Oh yeah, I love to work with him, and it just keep on going to where you keep getting roles, you keep getting things, and they know you willing to push the line, you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, along with bring a bunch of fans and shit in. So that's what the difference is to when I say when putting on a dress. I don't think you put on a dress, direct success, direct money and shit like that. Nah, it don't
Yeah,
work
because
like
some
that.
people put on dress that aren't successful.
Yeah, for a
The other
fact.
thing is a part. I also think just a part of playing the game. Like to get that far in that long, you gotta play the game. And a lot of people like to like. I was talking about this with the Pat McAfee thing. Like a lot of people like to. And I used to be like this. Like I bring up the example of Kevin Hart, for example. Like when he was apologizing, I was like, why the fuck you keep apologizing to him? I was like, let me sit back. I've never had the potential of like 30, 40, $50 million being taken away from me and my family. To where it's like, I'll just apologize to the LGBT again and say fuck it and like just live my life. Cause like I'm not gonna lose 50 million for people on Twitter to be like, yeah, you stood strong because y'all ain't about to fundraise $50 million for me and my family. Like y'all ain't gonna do that. Especially with something so minuscule like that. To apologize, like that's Bryce, if a nigga said I'm about
No,
to take
no,
away 50
no,
million,
no.
just apologize.
No,
Niggas don't
I'm
apologize.
not arguing. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying could that so say you sell out and you apologize. If you stay 10 toes down, maybe like a Dave Chappelle, and he does his shows, he gets that money. He get money for versus like now Kevin Hart get if Kevin
But
Hart do a
maybe
stand up
Kevin, his
special right
goals are
now.
different. Kev want to be in Hollywood. He don't want to
I
do
get you.
whatever
I
they
get you.
do.
I get you. I'll just and
Yeah.
that's his own prerogative. I'm just saying a prerogative. If you was to do your own, like if he do his own special right now, and Dave Chappelle do his own special after Dave Chappelle been standing 10 toes down, and Kevin Hart just he been doing whatever he want, it ain't
Mhm.
gonna get that same critically acclaimed response like it used to. That's all I'm saying. Versus if you don't apologize, you stay 10 toes down, maybe you get a certain fan base that like, oh, this nigga a real dude. He might got some shit I don't like about him, but I don't know. I'm just wondering where
Yeah, but
it's like, is there
my
a trade
broader
off?
point with that really isn't him apologizing or not. It's the fan to the celebrity expectation when it's like a lot of people go to
Yeah,
jobs every day and do bullshit. Y'all ain't about to like if I told you, man, tell your boss this, bro. You hell no, you're not gonna do that.
yeah.
You're gonna sit there, you're gonna fucking work, you're gonna shut the fuck up, go home and bitch to your wife about your boss. You're not gonna fucking do it there. It's like Pat McAfee with Aaron Rodgers. People like, oh, he sold out by taking Aaron off the show. But it's like Aaron Rodgers always leaves at the end of the season. So the season's over. So he's gone, but they're making it into like, oh, he banned them because of what's been going on with COVID, Jimmy Kimmel, and all that type of shit. It's like, do y'all want him to crash out for Aaron Rodgers when he has a whole staff of people who I'm sure they're getting paid very well? Like, do you want him to crash out for one person? Like, what do y'all
But he
want?
not even,
I
from
just
what you
understand what
saying.
the people want people to do.
But from what you saying, he not even banned.
No,
Is
but I'm
that
saying they're trying to the internet's making it seem like he's banned. So they're like making they're twisting the narrative. I know this, but they're twisting the narrative on him online that he banned him. Like everybody's headlines are like, he bans Aaron Rodgers for exposing Jimmy Kimmel, and it's like conservative people are like going against Pat McAfee for free speech right now. That's what I'm saying. I don't think his fans give a fuck though, but that's what people are doing to him
that's weird?
or saying about him. But like I said, social media, I don't even be knowing if like when you see a whole bunch of tweets, like I don't be knowing this shit's fake, if it's real, if it's I don't be knowing. Because a lot of times it be motherfuckers with no AVs, they be following 3,000 people and they got 12 followers, and it be shit like this. I don't even know if that should be real half the time, or just be like manufactured like hate accounts to spam, spam shit. But yeah, that's my thing. I feel like sometimes we be like holding celebrities to a certain thing that
Nah, that's
most people wouldn't even
100%.
hold themselves to
Nah, I agree with
in those
that.
situations. But
Yeah,
anyways,
it's a good
what else?
chance. I was
What
about to
happened?
say, I don't know. It's a good chance most people gonna apologize in that situation.
Yeah. But what else we got? You want to talk about these? You want to talk about these retirees? Or you want to get a list of? We still on sports. Pat McAfee, Nick Saban, gone. Bill Belichick, gone. It's Pete Carroll, gone.
That's
End of an
crazy.
era. Who's next? If Mike Tomlin loses to the Bills, is Mike Tomlin gone? Who knows?
That's crazy.
I think those are the longest tenured coaches in the NFL. I think it's Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll, 14 years, and Mike Tomlin. I think he's like on his 17th year.
Oh yeah,
Is it
not
the end of it?
consecutively, but yeah.
Is it the end of an era? But anyways, Nick Saban, he's gone. Bill Belichick, he's gone, but he's probably gonna go somewhere else. So that's what everybody's speculating. But hey, man, we getting older. The OG coaches are bowing out.
Yeah, I guess you can't stay in a place too long, man. It's just we say life unfair. I was just listening to this Barbie fucking quote where they was just complaining about you have to be pretty but not too pretty to upset people. You got to be this but not too this. And I feel like that's just life, bro. Because with a person like Bill Belichick, say you've been in that same building, the same owner, the same for a certain amount of years, bro. No matter how great you are, you don't want many Super Bowls, bro. It just starts to build a certain tension. You get power,
Yeah.
you get brand, you get a certain status. The Patriots already got a certain status after they won a certain thing. Everybody start feeling certain ways about themselves and what they contributed and who should be valued more. All these different things start to come up just because that's just human nature. And I get it, man. At a certain point, you got to move on. I feel that way about um, Bill Belichick. I'm not so sure about Nick Saban, or I feel like they're the same with Pete Carroll as well. Been there so long, he had certain expectations to win maybe 2-3 championships. They won one, which is like fucking amazing.
Yeah. But they got to like 5 NFC championships.
Yeah, and
like
they never got to that elite status again, which that's what the organization may want. So I get it. It's like even the expectations of what you're supposed to do can harp and put more pressure on you, even though like you're already good and you already been established. So yeah, I can see coaches needing a fresh start for sure. Like Nick Saban, I feel like that nigga could have won a championship next year. Like, so I don't get why he left so much. It wasn't like he couldn't get back to that success level that I feel like was kind of gonna get like the gap for Pete Carroll and what's it called, Bill Belichick. That shit gonna keep widening.
Like Belichick had to do a whole rebuild.
Yeah, like that. It was gonna take a
FYI.
long time for that to probably get back going versus like a Nick Saban. I feel like you put a new quarterback in or whoever. I'm just saying shit, but
I mean, that was right there. Y'all was in the playoff. Y'all was one game away.
Lost by a play.
And they probably could have beat Washington too, because they got a good ass. I mean, I don't know about the offense, but they got a good ass defense.
Yeah, they lost by one play.
Michigan offense wasn't even going crazy like that, but whatever.
Yeah,
the running backs were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because I hear him talk a lot of times about like the new NCAA with like the NIL and how it is recruiting, and I think like maybe he's like, I don't feel like dealing with all that type of shit no more. Like I like back in the day when it's just like I just have this brand, like this is Bama. You want to come to Bama, but now it's like you want to come to Bama, and I got 500,000 for you. Well, shit, Oregon got $1 million, and they got Nike contract. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't feel like I'm 72, motherfucker. I don't feel like dealing with it. I'm solidified. Greatest college coach of all, whatever they want to give him, like I'm good.
Yeah,
but they had the runners for who they think is going to take the job, right? Like it's the most coveted job in college football now. They had Dan Lanning, who's the coach at Oregon, which I think he already said he's not going. Which I don't know if I would want that job.
Gotta take it.
Because I know Alabama's great, but like, why would I want to follow
Gotta take it.
Nick Saban?
Gotta take it, bro. Because you got to think.
But
So
Oregon's great. They was like think about Oregon. If they would have just beat Washington, they was right there. They would have been in the
2 times.
and
They
they
had to
probably
beat
could
them
have beat
twice.
Texas.
And they lost to them twice. And that was the closest they had gotten since motherfucking I forget the little fast team they had back a couple years ago. Like they never get close. They never get all the way. I mean, like they get somewhat close, but they never get all the way. My thing with the Alabama job, I look at it like North Shore, or I look at it like I'm trying to think of another college where a guy kind of came in. Golden State maybe, like they ain't win championships before, but he come in and it's just like a seamless kind of transition.
Like it depends on who it is, because I feel like a lot of people like already like number 1 or number 2 wide receiver decommits. Like people probably hitting the transfer portal now. You know what I'm saying? It depends on who the coach is that's coming in. If you're a coach that people like, oh, I want to rock with him, then the commits will probably stay and they'll come. But if you're like fucking like, let's say if Deion Sanders went to Alabama, I think that'd be great. Everybody would come there and they'd be great. But if it's a coach nobody really knows too much about, like, I don't want to go with him. Like they're saying like Dabo Swinney, who's like the Clemson guy, which Clemson be getting recruits and shit like that, but they kind of fell off from there. Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence time, but then there was like ranked like what 20 something this year.
Mm-hmm.
So is he to keep recruits there and get recruits to come with them? I don't know. Dan Lanning, he seemed like the new young hot coach that everybody liked, and he was like talking shit about Deion and whatever. So he probably could have got people to come there, but I just don't know.
I don't think like the recruiting shit that's going people gonna move around and do different things. Say cut a quarterback 26. That's hilarious. People gonna move around, do shit like that. But I feel like as a coach, you come in to an organization that's used to winning. You come into an organization, yeah, it's pressure and shit. Don't get it twisted. You got players that's used to winning. You're gonna still get good recruits, bro. But if you can come pick up the pieces and say win a championship in the next year or 2 or 3. Or get back. Let's say you're gonna win. You get back to the Final Four as a new coach, and the year after that you win. Like it could feel like Alabama right back to where it was, and I feel like it's just an easy opportunity to pick up a Corvette or a Ferrari. Like the nigga leaving you, like this nigga putting his car keys on one of the like when you talk about positions in the world or positions of not necessarily power, but who you can work for, or like any make money or whatever you want to say. It's a position that just opened up. Like there's only a few good positions as far as football coaching or anything in life, and he just moved and opened up this position, bro. It's a Lamborghini and a nigga trying to get the keys away, like some Mr. B shit. Somebody gotta take them keys and try to keep that Ferrari going. That's all I'm saying. Cause it's not like it ain't no well-oiled machine that ain't running no more. Ain't no oil left in Alabama. Like it's plenty of oil left, bro. And you come in there and you just yeah, like I said, it may hurt. It may be a lot of pressure, bro. But
because it's like, bro, it's like you got the expectation to come and you got to win. Like you can't come in that bitch and like.
But it's
if
not
you go
that
to
hard,
Alabama,
though.
if you to Alabama, you go like 7-5, you fried. You fried.
Going 7-5.
If you're not at least top 4, if you don't, because next year they expanded to what 8-12 team. Was it next year? It's not 4 no more.
You're running from Texas.
Now it's like 8 or 12. If you don't make it to that playoff, come on.
He running from Texas.
But like I said, I think it's just a different era with this transfer portal shit. Because look at Oklahoma. They was top of the top. They lost their coach. He took Caleb Williams. They lost some recruits. They trying to get it back cracking. And Oklahoma ain't what the fuck Oklahoma
they was
a couple years ago.
They was close before they lost to whoever they lost to this year. After they beat Texas, they was top 10. If I'm not mistaken, top.
Yeah, and they fell off.
They lost the game to a team they shouldn't have lost to.
They lost to Arizona in the bowl.
They lost to them too. That's crazy. I didn't know they lost in the bowl game. But yeah, this season
they was ranked number 15. Yeah, they was ranked number 15.
Okay. But yeah, if they would have kept winning, they would have been all right. Then they
lost to Kansas.
Yeah, they shouldn't have lost.
And they lost to Oklahoma State.
Oh, I didn't know they lost to Oklahoma State too. But yeah. So my thing is, if they win them games they're supposed to win, because Oklahoma State wasn't that good, Kansas wasn't that good, they would have been ranked pretty high. It wasn't like they just so far off. Like, but my thing is, it won't be easy, but it's the same as going into any position next year. at any rate, like I just was listening to them talk about the Eagles coach. Like the nigga just went to the championship last year, and they already talking about maybe firing the nigga if they lose first round. Like
That shit crazy.
the pressure for you on any position you go in. So why not go into a position
I
where
mean, they did it to Doug Peterson when he won with the Eagles.
Yeah.
He had the backup. What's the backup's name? Who had? I forgot his name.
I
But
forget
I
too.
think the next season they wasn't that good, and then they fired him. Like, but he just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You don't give people a chance? Like, goddamn.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So you're gonna go anywhere, and if you losing 5 games in the season, if you're not at Arizona where they only win 6 games a year and whatnot, like you got a chance of being fired. So why not try to go to Alabama? And let's just say it don't work. Obviously, whatever, you're gonna get another job somewhere else. You're just the head coach at Alabama. But if it do work, brother, your ass gonna be put up there with Nick Saban quickly, and it ain't even like you had to do any of the work. He already laid down the foundation to success. You just kind of gotta come in there and revamp it. Come back with a
I
harder
thought whoever
running
gonna
game
come
and all
in
that
gonna
other
make it
type
look. It's
shit.
gonna look completely new. Whoever comes in,
It would, but
they gotta run a different. They're gonna run a different. It's gonna be like more like the spread type offense that they
I
got
wouldn't
going. I don't
do
think
all
they're
that
gonna
cute
because
shit.
the people that they're naming is people that do shit. They were naming Dan Lanning's, the dude from the Washington. I feel like he's probably the best one that should go. Like okay, Michael Penix is gone. Your Romo Dunze is leaving. Your top quarterback, your top wide receiver leaving, and you up in Washington. I feel like if anybody gonna take it, he should probably go down there and take it, and then do what he's gonna do. With it.
Me personally, get back to that running game. You just seen Michigan won a championship off having a good running back. Like quarterback decent. I always thought McCarthy, he's okay. He's not.
He's average.
Yeah, he when I try to bet on a nigga,
He's a game manager.
I always bet unders. That's the nigga. He ain't one of them dudes that's gonna ever impress you super crazy. So
not a Heisman candidate.
Yeah, go. That's all Alabama needs to get back to. Niggas is having Heisman running. When the last time Alabama had a Heisman? First of all, they was having Heisman running backs back to back to.
Bryce, oh, you're a running back.
Yeah, well, yeah, Dante. But in general, I did ask Heisman. I forgot about him. But even then,
and Bryce Young.
Yeah, I forgot about him too. See, yeah, but they won with him. They won with him.
They won championships.
So,
yeah.
But the thing is, just get back to that. Just find your breadwinner. But to me, get back into where it's the running backs is the Heisman, not the receiver, not so much the quarterback. Get back to where the running backs is the Heisman, bro. You're gonna be a championship team again, bro. You got the linemen. You know linemen coming through Alabama, like that ain't a question. You get the running backs coming, bro. It's over, bro. It's over. Imagine if they had that Blake Corum dude on their team, bro. Alabama would have been unstoppable this year.
Maybe he's looking at Georgia like, man, they beat Georgia. They did beat Georgia. So it's like, I'm not saying, he's scared of fucking Kirby Smart and fucking Georgia, but I don't know. Maybe he knows Georgia's time's coming up, man.
Possible.
And you gotta think Georgia's on a revenge tour next year. They're like, bitch, because Georgia probably could have beat whoever was in. I know they lost. Football math isn't football math. Like because they lost Alabama, they couldn't have beat Michigan and Washington or whatever. I think they would have just probably destroyed Washington. But regardless, they didn't make it.
It just depends.
But the thing you're saying is true though. It's like it feels like lately the teams with the best quarterback. And I could be wrong. I'm trying to think. Bryce Young did win the Heisman. He did go number 1.
That's because he's on Alabama.
A lot of times, like the team with the best quarterback isn't always the best. Like Georgia, 2 years in a row, they had what's his name, Stetson Bennett. Like he's not fucking. He didn't go number 1, number 2. He was like drafting like 5th, 6th round. JJ McCarthy, like if he goes to the NFL, he's probably not gonna be a top first round pick. Mm-hmm. Even like back when I don't think AJ McCarron was he like a great quarterback or like when these quarterbacks
he was middle of the field.
He won 2 championships. So it's like you could be like a game manager quarterback in college and make it to the big leagues.
Yeah.
But not the big leagues, but the big show, the national championship. But I'm curious to see how their season goes next year. I think who could go there and win instantly, like I said, Deion Sanders. Just because I think that with the whole transfer type shit, and now he has that big, like he has Colorado. He got 5-star recruits going to Colorado, like the best offensive tackle in the high school committed to him. Obviously, Travis Hunter and his son and whatever. He's got a bunch of high-level transfer guys coming. If he had the Alabama name behind him, plus him, I think every motherfucker in the goddamn universe want to go play there.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think whoever's there, they'll probably still be all right. As long as a lot of people don't leave and they're able to keep people, they'll be all right.
I just don't see that happening. Even let's say Alabama overperform this year, at worst they was gonna lose maybe 3 games. Like no matter what coach come in there, bro, they shouldn't be losing more than 5 games, more than at all. They shouldn't be losing 5 games at all.
They got the damn because like would you leave the Texas job for the Alabama job?
Nah, not me personally, but some people probably
Because they
would.
got him as like a damn
Steve Sarkisian
person on the watch. Yeah, it's like why would he leave Texas? Like Texas is a prominent fucking school. I mean, I know Alabama's Alabama, but that's because of Nick Saban. Like Texas used to be, Texas. So
yeah,
like,
if I'm that type
why
of
would you
dude,
leave
I'm
that?
not leaving.
Especially Texas, Texas got the money. They got the oil money. They got the NIL. We there. We got money to get these top recruits, and we, but that don't always work because look at Texas A&M. Texas A&M was paying all them players 3 years ago, and now they all gone. They all done transferred up out of there, and Texas A&M is in shambles.
Yeah, I would. Me personally, if I'm a coach that's already at a big school like a Oregon, like you said, or Texas, I'm staying. But if I'm a coach that got a name that ain't got really too much to lose, yeah, I do that because like Steve Sarkisian, you go over there, they gonna be like, oh, you just living off Alabama success, like I said, which ain't nothing wrong with that. Because after you get about 3 championships, niggas gonna forget. But I'd rather build up a Texas where they ain't won since 05. Like, it's the same with Michigan. Them niggas ain't won since 92 or some shit like that. I don't remember what it was. Yeah. Motherfucker, Harbaugh gonna go down in history as one of the greatest Michigan coaches of all time type shit. So, yeah, you can't replace that.
Yeah. They got him. I seen Lane Kiffin, who used to be like an offensive coordinator there. He went to, I think, Ole Miss. Dabo Sweeney from Clemson. Maybe he goes there. He's like, Clemson, we ain't really been that good. We ain't getting the recruits like we used to. Maybe I go down to Alabama and do what I do there. Because he already won a championship. He's already solidified. Like, he's already, like, Clemson was like, shit, they was running the table for like 2-3 years back in the day. And they said the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, which is Dan Quinn or something. I don't know why he go down to Alabama. Like, let me ask you this. Would you rather go, if this is you, as a defensive coordinator in the NFL, would you rather go knowing you're going to go to a shitty team like Panthers or one of these other teams and be the head coach there, or go instantly be plugged in Alabama?
I'd rather go Alabama. Bro, if you...
I'm just wondering. I'd probably go to Alabama too, just because like you probably got way more control. Motherfuckers probably listen to you more. You ain't starting off like when you go to Carolina, you starting out sorry. You're like starting out. And that owner, he put motherfuckers on tight leash. Like they fired their coach. It was his first year. Like, what do you think was gonna happen? Like, I mean, I think he was looking at CJ Stroud. He's like, well, mother, we picked Bryce Young before him. Why the fuck they doing so good? But they fired him like first 8-9 games.
Owner can't be mad at that. The owner probably told him to press the button for Bryce Young. That's the number 1 pick. Yeah. Owner gonna say yes or no.
Yeah, but that's interesting to see. And the Patriots, I don't really give a fuck.
Ooh, I think I found 2 nasty picks. I got 2 nasty takes last year. I had the Jordan Poole was gonna be possibly James Harden, and the Bryce Young is better than CJ Stroud. I had that take. That's a nasty take at the end of this year. But I can't blame Bryce Young for his lack of success. The Panthers organization was shit, regardless. So
yeah, definitely take Bryce Young unders for sure. If you're a quarterback, your under is 199. Ain't looking too good for you, buddy. But anyways, let's get into some more devious things, right? Let's talk about these bodies that they found, which I feel like should be a bigger story because I feel like this is one of those type of things where it's like Jeffrey Dahmer, like, well, we found like 6 body part remains and all this type of shit. Like, this should be a bigger conversation. So the story is 215 bodies known to the police found in unmarked graves in jail in Jackson, Mississippi. A horrifying situation is unfolding in Jackson, Mississippi, where 215 bodies were recently discovered in unmarked graves behind a state jail. The families of those buried in what is known as the Popper Field behind the Hines County Penal Farm were never informed of the death of their loved ones, let alone given the chance to retrieve their bodies and pay their respects. The extent and scope of this travesty and utter disregard for human life is still largely being kept under wraps. However, what has been reported thus far is chilling. The grave sites of the victims are identifiable only by a number and a metal rod. The bodies were not embalmed, which means they probably decayed rapidly. They weren't given coffins, so they were just dropped into the ground or probably buried. The graves were dug by inmates. It is likely the burials were carried out by the same inmates. Now, so when they say they're not trying to infer that the inmates were just out there burying people. It's probably they died, and correctional officer said, "Hey, I'll go dig these holes and throw these people in there." All right.
What happened? I'm listening. I thought you were still talking. That's why.
No, I was asking you. Do you think that they're framing it as the inmates were just doing this on their own, or they was being instructed by people to go and do this, like the correctional officers?
So that's what's throwing me off a little bit because I thought it was more the policemen doing this type shit because it was just the dude, a young boy found. We seen the post about it when he was found and was buried before the mom and anybody even knew about it. And they said they didn't have
Oh
any
yeah, I remember that.
identification,
They like
whatever.
killed him on the side of the road or some shit
He
like
was
that.
found in that in this same place.
Oh, that was this one. Or that he found
Yes.
in this type. Damn.
He was, and that's what made them discover the whole other 215. They went to find him or whatever, and then they seen all the other ones. When they dug him up, so supposedly they were supposed to dig him up with the mama. They started doing it like 3 hours before she got there. When he got there, the fucking wallet was in his pocket. So with the ID and all that shit, so they knew who he was, and they clearly was doing some foul play. And then they buried the kid, thinking they're never gonna get caught or whatever. So that's what I'm thinking. It's a bunch of these type of people where motherfucker might have ran from the police. They beat this nigga till he died. Motherfucker said something wrong to the police, beat him till he died, and they just go bury these people. Or maybe it's even some more dirty cop type shit, like on some training day where motherfuckers are using people for drugs and all this other shit to make money and shit like that, and then something go wrong and they bury. That's what I was thinking. But
so what I'm reading right here is it's not like it is sinister still. But what so this white guy, right? Jonathan Hankins was discovered dead by authorities just days after he went missing on May 23rd, 2022, in a hotel room in Jackson. The death is widely believed to have been due to an overdose. Investigators were able to verify his identity with no problem or delay. However, like the other cases, the Jackson Police Department did not inform the family, and the county inmates were made to bury his body alongside the others. So what they're doing is they're finding people dead in their city and not telling their levels, hey, this person is dead. They're still thinking they're missing, and they're just burying them of their own, like, fuck it, bury them.
Well, why they need the inmates? Like these
Well,
people were found outside of jail.
They make the inmates do shit, like they make them do labor. So y'all go dig this plot up in the back. And
okay, I see now. Okay, all right, I get that point. But the other wild shit is like, why not tell families? Why not go through like a more official source for the burial? Because don't they have that type of shit already? Like if a homeless person died, they're gonna have an incinerator or something.
Yeah, like eventually if somebody doesn't claim their body.
Why are we doing this like in the sense of right behind the prison or whatever, where inmates doing it, where like it just don't seem right. Like how we know, for a fact, this is how my mind started wondering how we know this nigga wasn't killed because y'all didn't like the nigga and y'all just said the nigga OD'd or some shit like that. That's what my
how
mind
we know they're not stealing organs.
That could be true too.
They might be stealing organs for all we know and then burying them. Because with this one, it says with the guy, the white dude I just told you about, similar to the other guy who you said they found. His mama was calling the sheriff's office every week, and they said they had no information. To me, this is like criminal charges got to come. Like I've had this be FBI investigate. Like because if you're telling me the autopsy person I did them, investigators were investigating, and a woman's calling for her son, and y'all know y'all buried him in an unmarked grave. It's like something's got to be some type of charge.
He literally matched that. Like even if you don't know who he is, a young boy, black. Died around the same time went missing around the same time this nigga died that y'all know about.
Yeah,
something's fishy, bro. Something
because
like you said, FBI, all type of shit
the
should be over there.
They know who he is. They know he's dead. They don't tell his mother. White dude who overdosed in 2022. They identify him immediately. Don't tell his mom, who's been calling. Like the black boy's mom was calling, the white dude's mom was calling. They said we don't know no information, but y'all just buried their kids in an unmarked grave. Y'all probably didn't wrap them up. Y'all didn't embalm them. Y'all just threw them in there to decay, which is that's gotta be a charge. What's it called, like defecation to like a corpse or something, like some shit like that. I forgot what it's called, but something like that. Could be wrong. I could swear something like that.
There's so much shit that's illegal with that, bro. I couldn't even begin. Like you can't bury nobody. Like you can't bury nobody nowhere where ain't no cemetery yet. Like you just can't pick a fucking grave. You can't just pick some land and say I'm gonna go bury a motherfucker right here. You just can't do that. Like motherfuckers got unregistered, like y'all niggas digging 6 feet, like, and it's just like little, civil things or not even civil, like shit that maybe you get taxed or ticketed for, like. But even then, it's like when you do it at that mass scale, 215 bodies, bro. That whole police department need to be shut down.
Yeah,
like, and the everybody need to come in for questioning. And the motherfuckers at the top, as far as the police chiefs and all that shit, them niggas need to be in jail.
Yeah,
the last
for sure. Sheriff,
police chiefs
everybody.
for the 3-4 decades need to be in jail. Because 215, that ain't just this year,
They ain't been the
last year.
past
You
year.
niggas been doing this for a
Yeah.
long time.
I mean, like I said, the white dude's 2022, so he been in there for damn near 2 years now, 2022 to 2024. The black dude, he was like 2023, so that's one in 2022, one in 2023. Who knows how far back this shit goes? Probably some people just bones in there at this point. And then the
Man,
thing
it's
is too is
just
like you said, y'all just at this point it got to be some bullshit because y'all just dumping the bodies. Because like you said, he had his wallet. Y'all ain't doing like I feel like with homeless people and shit like that, when nobody claims them, they're not burying them or whatever in there. Like put their clothes back on, put their ID back in their pocket. Like they're not doing them like that. They're just, well, I guess they
y'all
had
buried
ID,
that
but
nigga in
still.
like soon as y'all like
As soon as
got
he died, y'all probably threw him, brought some inmates out there, dig this up, throw him in. They didn't interview the inmates. That's what they need to talk to. Shit. How long has it been going on? We'll get you up out of here.
well, that's insane,
You've
bro. I
been
just
burying people for the past 15 years.
my mind hard to fathom like the situation because it's like, is there other burial sites? Like, how we know that's
Yeah.
the only burial site? And then from what's the dude name? I was looking up some shit with the situation when you asked me. Carlos, he was saying look up Rankin County Goon Squad, and look up Parchment Prison, and just looking up Goon Squad. That remind me of the Jump Out Boys in Houston, where the dudes get out the vans and do raids and shit. And who knows what
Yeah.
they do after the raids, but that's what the Goon Squad should look like. I ain't really get to look into it. And then the Parchment Prison, like it made me think like how many people and died and had unjust shit happen to them and nobody's paying attention to them, bro. Like in the modern day, this 2023, 2024, bro, like this shit's still going on. Like I don't know, bro. And that's just one prison. That's just one prison. That's just one jail. Like that shit made me think how many other jails, and like when you think about how many missing people are there in America, bro,
Yeah.
you start to wonder how many unmarked graves there really are too, because it can't be.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be just motherfuckers going on vacation and we ain't found them yet.
Yeah, no, they're either trafficked somewhere in like Central Asia or something, or somewhere else in the world, or they've been killed and they stole their organs, or like I said, they obviously are kidnappers, killers, whatever. But the mass amount, like, what's the number of like little black girls that are like missing? Like, it was like 10, 20, 30, I don't know, it's
It's
a big ass
it's
number.
a big
Like,
number and it changes all
to
the
think that
time.
they're just all like a kidnapper, like all these kidnappers just got them and they're just like kidnapped. Now it's like trafficking, organ thievery and shit like that going on. It's got to
Yeah,
be.
I was just watching the
It's got to
last
be.
Guardians of the Galaxy. They had so much fucking symbolism in that goddamn movie, bro. I don't know if you've seen it. You seen the last Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Well, the guy that was creating, new species or Rocket. He created Rocket. He was trying to perfect
Mm-hmm.
Rocket and his whole being and what he was. But they had kids locked up in the motherfucking the tunnel, the basements of the ship. And they had to get let out. And I know it's like he created them and shit, but that shit is symbolism of motherfucking kids in cages
Oh
by
yeah,
the
they probably
masses.
they might be using people like not necessarily organ. They might be using people for experimentation
Shit like that.
in labs and shit like that. For all we know.
But they
So it's like,
it had them in cages by the buttload, and I just could only imagine that's how it is. When you talk about sex trafficking and these kidnapped kids, bro, there's millions, bro. Like there's millions of kids going missing every day, bro. And that's in America. Imagine these third world countries and shit like that. Like it's even worse than us. Motherfuckers will be on the motherfucking corner. I see videos that's like that all the time. On the corner with the mama, and a bike will pull up in front of them, and the van will pull up on the side of them, and the mama just held to gunpoint while she watched her baby get snatched off like a motherfucking a gazelle got snatched by a lion
yeah,
or some shit. Like and there's nothing you could do but just watch. Like your family member get eaten by that goddamn lion. Like that's how I feel. And in this day and age, your kid might be at the park by themselves in America, but motherfuckers pulling your kid out for you and you ain't got nothing to do and you were just at the mall. Like that shit's insane. And that happens all the time. So I just can only imagine, bro, how bad this shit really is. Like it's really insane. It's millions,
it
bro.
says and even when you look at these numbers, like reporting missing, like maybe your kid ran away, doing some stupid shit, whatever. But like, um, it's like Black Americans accounted for nearly 226,000 or 34% of all missing persons reported in 2012. And it says it's currently more than 64,000 Black women remain missing across the United States. So it's like, do I think like all those people like just got kidnapped by somebody and like we seen the TVs like Law and Order got raped and killed and like there's probably some movement going around with that type of shit.
Yeah, it's other than
We see it
man.
all the time. Like we saw the girl who ran in the airport and hid, and she was missing for like 5 years. She was hiding in the bathroom till the airport. I mean, the airport don't close, but it's like nighttime, and I guess her attacker was like, "Fuck, I gotta go," and they ran off, and they found her, and it was like she'd been missing for 5 years, and she'd been getting trafficked all around the world. So it's like, I don't know, man. That shit's crazy. Just dumping somebody, like knowing who they are and just dumping them without reaching out to their family, especially when their family live in your community, is crazy. And it should be investigated.
Yeah, it makes no
But
sense,
yeah.
bro. It makes no sense. Like if if anything, like say somebody get killed by another gang member or some shit, you like, fuck, I just leave the body there, let the ambulance come do something with it. Like, I'm not gonna pick this body up and go take her to the
Yeah.
prison. Like, that's a lot of work, bro. That's a lot of work for some people y'all don't give a fuck about. Let's say these motherfuckers racist, like
Mm-hmm.
all this other type of shit. Y'all going through the process of getting them buried too. Like, I guess you covering your own ass, but it seemed like, oh, just leave them in the street. We killed them, just leave them in the street. They'll think a gang member did it to them, and then they'll be sorted out after that. But the fact that y'all pick them up, y'all get whatever situation y'all get to get them to the prison, then dump them. Like, that's insane. Like, and it has to be some ulterior motives, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Like,
For sure. For sure. Some motherfucking some crazy shit, man. But
mine can't even fathom, bro.
it's a lot of fucked up things going on in the world that we can't even understand that's going on. But what else we got for today?
Man, I gotta get into these Jewish tunnels, man. These motherfuckers ain't on the right side of the fence these last couple months, man. I'm being honest, and
All right, slow down,
I'm just saying,
slow
hey,
down,
brother, I ain't Hitler. That's all I'm gonna
slow
say. I
down.
ain't advocating for no motherfuckers dying, but y'all motherfuckers' behavior will be analyzed over the last couple months, bro. Y'all ain't about to keep getting away with a lot of this shit y'all getting away with. As far as not being able to talk about it, obviously, like
Yeah,
murdering.
no, I'm bullshit. I talked about that on Water Stream. I was like, it's crazy that you can't even like discuss it. It's like as soon as you discuss like anti-Semitic,
Yeah, they
like
just play
we don't know.
victim.
Like
Fuck all that
for
shit.
me, reading what's going on. So pretty much what the story is that it's a synagogue and a bunch of like students, rebel students, are the ones who built the tunnel. Right. The higher ups of the church claim they don't
I
like.
bet they don't.
They discovered it and then they called the city to come and fill it up. So when they called the city to come fill it up, that's when the students that built it started going crazy and they started fighting with the police and the cement people. And that's the
No,
story.
I mean that's possible. I ain't gonna sit up here and say I was there or anything like that. Obviously, I wasn't. That makes sense because it's like how the police can get in there and just do this type of work. How the police find out about it,
Yeah.
all the other type of shit. Those
My
questions
thing
was
is
in my
like,
mind.
if it's the students still like, why do they have this secret? Why are they building a secret tunnel? What's the
Well, they
purpose?
seen mattresses down there. They seen kids shit down there. As far as it was shit you feed a kid. You sit the kid down and you feed them.
The
The
table,
little chair
the
table,
high chair.
yeah, high chair looking thing. I seen a couple of those down there during the video I watched, and it definitely looked a certain type of way. People trying to say it's blood on the mattresses in a peculiar spot, which I it's disgusting to even think about, but or talk about. Like, but it's a possibility, and we know with these churches and shit like that,
Yeah. That's my
they
thing too.
do
That's
that.
my thing about the whole Jewish thing. It's like if this is the Catholic Church, you'd be like, oh, you could just go crazy with it. We know they're fucking kids. We know it. Like. But it's like since it's like a Jewish thing, it's like, oh well, who knows? But it's like, bro, churches are churches. They all take advantage of people. No matter what religion it is, they'll take advantage of people they got if they can.
Yeah,
And even the whole thing, like, oh, the church didn't know. Like, how do we know that? Like maybe the head guy of the church didn't know, but maybe like the second level, third level person of the church did know. Who knows?
I'm watching nigga come out the tunnel. That nigga ain't look like no child. They ain't look like no underling. That nigga look pretty grown to me.
Yeah,
So
because initially they tried to say that it was because of COVID. Like whenever they wouldn't allow people to do COVID stuff, like so they built them so they can sneak into. But like then the story come out that they just started building these like 6 months ago, and that ain't really nothing to do with COVID. So it's like,
and
what's the
I don't know how deep the tunnels went, but people saying maybe trafficking things was going on as well. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be pretty dumb, but you never know. Kids keep coming up missing. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they got any missing cases as far as the church. Like motherfuckers that go to church and their kids just all of a sudden end up missing. Like that'd be insane. Like, but it was this dude. He was on Twitter and he was saying like, bro, I hear Jewish men under my fucking house. Like he was like, he said,
I see. I hear people speaking Yiddish
yeah,
under my house.
and then
He said it like months ago.
yeah, months ago, and he was like, I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not crazy. This actually ended up being a thing. So it's just pretty wild to understand. Like, I don't know how far his house was from the synagogue or whatever, but it's pretty crazy to think that they wasn't just underneath the church either. Like they was moving and they were talking loud enough to where you could be heard like by people above them. It's
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck were y'all doing, bro? Once again, ulterior motives, bro. Like, why can't y'all do shit above ground? You're a church. You're a respected church. Why are you niggas underground? When you start doing shit underground, it get real cultish, real satanic, real devil worship.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about it. Nigga, underground is just another place on earth. But for us, it feel like you niggas are playing with hell. Like, I don't care what nobody say, bro. Like, you don't build tunnels under some shit and as a church and think that shit gonna look normal, bro. That shit gonna look like a cult, bro. Like, no matter how you slice that shit.
And I don't know. I think it's just been made to where it's like with the whole Jewish thing. It's like I don't know. Like for me, if I say like like I said, if it was Catholic, you know, like oh damn, look at these Catholic priests. But like every person I know that's Catholic, I'm not. So I wonder why they make it seem like every time you say, where's that come from? Like what is that? Is that because of like Hitler and the Holocaust?
Oh yeah, they get to play victim, bro.
Because like even like these type of Jewish people, these are like what they call Hasidic. Like these are like the real like the Amish looking Jewish people. These are different from like Ben Shapiro type Jew. Like y'all ain't even the same type of Jewish person. Like if I'm talking about them, I ain't talking about all. If I'm talking about one Catholic priest, I ain't talking about every fucking Catholic or every Christian or every Muslim. So it's just I don't know. It's weird to me how
they got a cult, bro.
You're talking about everybody. I'm not talking about every fucking. I'm talking about these people in this fucking synagogue right here. What the fuck are they doing?
It's a cult, man.
I ain't talking about you, Jewish man in Miami or wherever you're. Like I'm talking about this synagogue in New York City. What are they doing here?
This is the same thing black people say with cops and shit. It's like I'm gonna start saying all cops are bad because you niggas start defending them every time I try to get into the individuals or the precincts or having a conversation about it. Now y'all start making me feel like, well, if you niggas gonna defend every goddamn thing every goddamn time, well, you niggas is a part of upholding those systems. So you niggas is just as bad as them. That's how it end up all devolving or whatever the fuck the word is, coming down to things. Like, so when it comes to these people, every time we try to mention some shit about Jewish people being, not the best character as far as what they're doing in Palestine, the shit is fucking insane. They're killing thousands of people, like, and not giving a fucking now. From even if we keep talking about it, they're moving on to other places, just like we seen Hitler do. Like they started in one place and like, oh, we just had this one fight with these people. We just had this one problem with these people. Now they're starting to bum other cities that's close and shit like that, trying to move out of there and get more power. That's just how things go. So when you start to defend that shit, and when you start seeing motherfuckers acting a certain way with these churches and shit, it's like, and hear how they talk. Like I seen a dude, he was like, talking about the Torah or some shit other. It's the book that they worship, and then they had another book that they're not supposed to worship.
There's some crazy shit in there.
Motherfucker was saying they're not gonna want to be. We're not gonna force people to be slaves. They're gonna want to be slaves. Like it's gonna be something like we're so good of leaders. We're so touched by God. You niggas want to be our slave as a you know how fucked up in the head you got to think somebody will want to even be that. We're so good of people, and you're so lower than us. You'll be a slave just to be next to God people, like type shit, like. Because you have no connection to God. You're not chosen. So the least you can be is a slave to a chosen person. Like that's their mindset, bro. They got that type of shit in the what's the name. And if I'm not mistaken, they got some shit about some underage shit kind of too. Like, so when I start seeing this type of shit, bro, I want to call it out as a whole. And if a motherfucker gonna feel like they can correct us and we racist and all this other shit, like, bro, y'all niggas is foul. I don't care what nobody say. If black people going around saying that shit, even after we been enslaved, we would sound crazy. Like, y'all gonna want to be our slaves after all the shit y'all did to us. People ain't gonna want to hear that shit. People gonna think that shit crazy. If a white boy start going around saying that shit, that shit ain't gonna fly. So why fuck these Jewish people can go around advocating slavery and them looking forward to that shit? Like how a motherfucker supposed to die in Muslim and get, not Muslim, excuse me. How these terrorists was talking about it, they get 100 or 500 wives or whatever virgins when they die. This is essentially the same type of fantasy world that they get to have in their mind where they looking forward to this. Like this is the future we want. Like this is the pure world type shit. Like we're gonna be the leaders and you niggas are gonna be our slaves. Like, bro, how are these niggas are a valid culture? Like, and nobody's checking this shit. It's really insane to me. And then when you start to see them niggas move certain type of way and feel certain type of ways to people, it's no wonder they can get this victimhood shit off, bro. They move like a cult. They move like a cult, man. And it's very it's weird, but it's starting to come to light, bro. Like you can't keep getting away with that shit. I don't feel like. And then I feel like only more shit gonna come out, especially with these niggas having a whole war and damn near genocidal attempt on Palestine. Like, you know, like you niggas is gonna have to come to the limelight and get talked about, bro. Maybe call me crazy. Mm-hmm. And then that's you know what's crazy too? That's not the only place of power these niggas got in Palestine, shit like that. These motherfuckers run shit. Well, we've been talking about it. Banks, Hollywood, all this other type of shit. At some point, bro, this cult-like behavior gonna have to get talked about. Kanye ain't crazy.
All right, y'all. That's the show for today.
I'm sorry, bro. You start going on a rant, bro, because it's so many things, bro. You try to tie everything together, it make you seem like, oh, like you Hitler number 2. But at some point, bro, the niggas do live a little weird.
Yeah. But that's the thing. That's the thing with everybody. You know, everybody got their little shit.
Not everybody. We ain't all got that shit.
Most religions got they fuck shit. A lot of religions got they fuck shit.
I agree, but bro, the thing is,
like Islam got his fuck shit, Christianity got his fuck shit. Like
you're not wrong.
I don't know about Hindu. I don't know shit about Hinduism and Buddhism and all that shit. But
you're not
all
wrong.
religions got they fuck shit.
It's just I feel like, say a devout Christian like my granny, or just anybody like mama or something like that, you're not gonna get bigoted like thoughts that come from.
But
these
that's
people.
like you say but you're doing the thing that they say people do. Like all Jewish people ain't like one niggas to be their slaves.
No, I get it. They not so much into it. But I'm saying even just like an average Christian, like you're not really gonna see that nowhere. Like obviously they racist. I don't, but I wouldn't like if I see a racist person, I'm not gonna think they go to a church that's directly racist, preaching like hate niggers and shit like that. I don't think that. I think that could be a little separate to a degree. Obviously, maybe in this day and age, it might still be some shit like that. But my thing is when you see the average Christian, bro, they don't have this necessarily bigoted behavior, like maybe towards gays and shit like that. Maybe it's a whole different conversation. But I feel like with these Jewish people, bro, it's no reason a whole church of motherfuckers should be saying shit like for instance with the Palestine shit. They all talking about how these motherfuckers don't matter. I like to see them die. I want to see more of them die. They pissing on them graves. Like if we had maybe if we had a war with Muslims right now, I wouldn't think Christians would be pissing on motherfucking Muslims. Maybe I'm crazy. But I just feel like at a certain point, bro. I'm generalizing.
You're generalizing because I've seen plenty of videos of like the same type of people that we just see climbing out the tunnels. They're like Hasidic Jews against Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Those would be
they're protesting against Israel because they don't like what they're doing in Palestine.
I've seen that. I'm not gonna say I haven't seen it, but to me, it just seemed like that culture breeds more bigotry than others. There's bigotry in every culture. I'm not gonna argue that, but this one seems to be very special and unique. That's all I'm saying. Because they're open, they're not open with it, but you could tell they wear that with the proudness. Like you got to really be in, like, for instance, I feel like you got to be kind of like alt-right or however you want to call it, to be an extremist with Christianity or extremist with Muslims. But a lot of time, more often than not, Muslims be chilling and Christians be chilling. I don't know what it is about Jewish people, bro, but they feel like they better than you. They feel like they better than everybody else. And that's maybe it's a superiority, maybe not so much bigotry, but I feel like it's clear to see, bro. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't feel like any other religion push that, or you see that is often in the individuals following that shit, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, of course you'll see a Christian that's a bigot. Of course you'll see a Muslim that's a bigot or whatever. But
I feel like that's everybody. Like, how many Jewish people have you actually seen that are like, you know?
Bro, when I talk about these interviews, bro, and when I see how they really feel about people, it gets.
But you're looking at like fucking 30 people,
brother.
Like, I can find interviews about anybody. The thing, like, I can find interviews.
You're not gonna find 30.
I can find videos of Christians shitting on Muslims all fucking day.
So I am struggling with this point because it's not a point that I'm. It's a tough point, and I'm not trying to generalize. I don't want to be
I
that
think
dude.
you
I'm
can just
trying to
say
be.
that they got shit in their Torah that is
Mm,
fucking crazy, and there
mm.
are crazy people that believe in it. Like, there's a thing in there that
I don't
says
think
something
they're
like,
crazy. I think they're crazy, but I think
"Well,
it's
that's
more the
crazy."
norm for those type of people to believe certain shit. I'm not
But
lying.
it's like it's
I
just like with
truly feel.
Christianity. I don't
I
think I
truly
don't think
believe that
every
shit.
Christian believes everything in the Bible. I don't think every Jew believes everything in the Torah.
But my thing is, I feel like most Christians. So I guess this is what I'm trying to say too. Most Christians are kind of shallow Christians or some shit like that, where they believe they have their beliefs and shit like that. But it's not so much of a
They're not
you wear
devout.
clothes. You don't have to wear
You
certain
think Jewish
clothing.
people are more
You don't have
devout
to.
to Judaism
Yes,
overall
and I think
than
that
Christians are
whatever,
to Christianity?
because you don't have to wear like, so they have a certain uniform, they have a certain language, they have a certain like, they have a like, it's just different for some reason. That's all I'm saying. And I know it's hard to get to the complexities of why it's so different, but I think they take their shit more seriously, and there's nothing wrong with that. But also with that, they have shit in their rhetoric that they taking this shit more seriously, and they got strange rhetoric. It leads to producing a certain amount of people or a certain behavior out of these people that not normal. And I feel like it's more likely for them to have that type of energy of not being normal because they do shit differently. And there's nothing, like I said,
I think what you can say what you can say is easily is that they're the one religion that, because I don't know about Hinduism or Buddhism. They're the one religion that is their actual like identity and their race. And from what we see from other religions, it's more easy. Like, it's easier to become a Muslim and a Christian. Like, to be a Jew, you gotta like go through this whole thing.
anybody just can't
They might
become a
even accept
Jew.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it's
exactly.
it's like
It's
a
something
thing.
different,
Anybody can
bro.
become a Christian. I believe anybody can become Muslim, right?
Pretty much, it's not as easy. You do have to go through certain shit similar, but it's less likely you get denied. But for a Jew, you got to get accepted by another Jew to even like you got to find like a mentor Jew to even let you get through the rites of passage type shit. You got to be picked up by somebody type shit to get put into some shit. It's weird. Like, it really is cultish behavior, and I think it spawns a certain mentality out of these people, and it needs to be examined. That's
I
all
just
I'm
think
saying.
I think anybody who takes religion super seriously become like a radical, you know, whatever. Just
See,
like we
that's
see
my
like
thing. My granny
radical.
take religion super seriously. She
No,
not
no, I'm talking
radical
like
though.
I'm talking about radical Christians who do like their thing, like we need to wipe the world of all these other religions, or
Oh,
we're
that's
better than
that.
everybody.
No,
Or like obviously like radical Islamic jihad terrorist type shit. Like, that's like they're taking it because like the book I was reading, the Son of Hamas, is like some people who go so deep into Islam, it takes them to like this is his thought process of like jihad and shit like that. It takes you to a certain point where it's like we are the people and all these other people need to be like, you know what I'm saying? I like
yeah,
religion in
I agree.
general because I don't know about Buddhism. I don't know shit about Hinduism. I think that's like monk shit. But everything else, I like those get people like you got the what's it called? What were the Christians doing back in the day? What's the shit called? What the fuck is that thing called? They were doing something across the world. I
Going
forgot
to
what it was
having
called though.
wars. I forgot what the name of the
It was
shit
called
called.
something. It was like a name for what they were doing. But I forgot what it was called. But it was like they were
Yeah.
using Christianity to like kill, take over. I forgot what the fuck it was called. But salute to everybody.
Crusade.
The
Crusades.
Crusades. That's what's the Crusades. The
Yeah,
Crusades.
and like I said, that's
And they use
in this day
Christianity
and
to make slaves
age.
think it's okay to be slaves.
Yeah, in this day and age, that's like I said, if motherfuckers going on crusades, it's kind of crazy. But I said I still feel like they have some of that energy of not being normal. I say that they feel like they do things a lot differently, and they have a mentality and a way they view people and society that most other people and average religions just don't have, bro. And I think it could breed certain behaviors because you said it, bro. Christianity, it's a belief. It's where you think you come from. You think it's your God. So if your pastor, the people around you feel this way, your God telling you to be this way, why shouldn't you be that way? But at a certain point, that shit can get very dangerous when niggas ain't thinking for themselves, when they could be groupthink, when they also reading shit that's not supposed to be a part of it. Because I forget the original book that they supposed to be like, because Christianity and all this other shit, Muslims, like we looked it up. Jesus is in the Muslim conversation and I forget the name of it, Bible essentially, right? Like all these things kind of commingle because all of them separated at a certain point. We got a bunch of different denominations of churches because people are split up.
Mhm.
My thing with what I was about to say with the Jews, Damn, I forgot. I lost my point. I forget. But yeah, it
It's
should
okay.
just get crazy, bro. It should get crazy.
I get you. But yeah, I don't think we're ever. Well, I don't think we're ever gonna get like the true story of like the tunnels. Like they're not gonna really. I feel like they're not gonna really get into it.
Yeah.
But what else we
I've
got?
been seeing a lot more
Savior.
shit with tunnels and shit though, like underground tunnels and the conspiracies about them. Like they found some tunnels in New York or something. Obviously, I think that shit was in New York too, but they had been found
Yeah,
some shit in tunnels and people been like kind of exploring them and shit like that.
I think
I
too.
think
Warder was saying something like, um, "There's a lot of tunnels." This is what he's saying on his podcast. There's a lot of tunnels in New York because New York is built on top of like old, like you know what I'm saying. It's like they just like there was things down there before, like people lived like not they didn't live underground, but they like you know what I'm trying to say. But they just started building buildings on top of things. So there's a lot of spaces.
yeah,
That's why when you look at that place, they didn't. If you look at it, they clearly didn't make those. I don't think so. They didn't make the stairs and the walls were already kind of like those places already kind of looked like they were already rooms. You know what I'm saying? The tunnel is the tunnel. He's a Kanye and Bryce walk to a bar. The tunnel is the tunnel. But I think a lot of those places used to be something. They were underground, and now obviously New York is above ground. Um, but yeah. But speaking of religion, that's a good transition into people mad at Lil Nas X and his God. Was he mockery of God? My thing with Lil Nas X is just like at this point in his career, he just got to do cheap shit for attention. Like that's all he's doing. Like he wants attention. He's using this as a thing. First, it was he did the cowboy shit, which was good for him. It blew up. It went number one. Everybody's like, yeah, let's support him. Let's support him. Let's support him. Then he turned gay, and then or he said he was gay, and then he went super hypersexual gay for his image because he knew that people were going to push back, and also people were going to support him for it. So he had that to kind of fall back on. And then now he did the twerking on the devil thing. So, okay, I'm gonna do that. That got y'all mad. So now I'm gonna play Jesus as a gay man. And there's probably the black element to it too, with like certain white people. And then that's gonna make y'all more mad as well. And hopefully people will support me that don't like the people that are not supporting me. That's how I look at what he's doing. Essentially.
I don't want to get into this conversation because I already feel the generalizations coming in my head already, bro. I already feel it, bro. This is about to be a nasty conversation, a nasty podcast. Because, brother,
Oh Lord, hold
at
on.
some point, when are the gays going to separate from Satanism?
Okay. All right. Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta call it a day. Bryce trying to get us. The year just started, my brother. Come on. Like the year just started. Like, come on.
I'm just
Come
asking the
on. Come
question.
on. Come on.
Like, when are the gays going to stand up and be like, we don't accept, just because you gay and worship Satan, stop bringing that shit on to all of us? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? It's
I'm
like,
sure there are gay people that don't like what he's doing. They just ain't loud. They're just not louder than the narrative.
man, they're going to have to get a little louder, bro, because it's starting to seem like, bro, gay and Satan is just Sam Smith away.
It's like
Like,
it's like what Sneeko. It's like what Sneeko was saying about black people. Like, look at the shit y'all allow just to go on in y'all community, and ain't enough people speaking about. It. Like he tried to bring up the little girls
that's
doing
an
the strip
unfair
club
point to
thing,
me.
and just everything in totality.
Well, I mean, Sneeko asking why a culture is not perfect is a lot different than me saying that it seems to be gay and Satan is synonymous. Black people and degeneracy is not synonymous.
But
Everybody has
that'd be
this,
his point.
but every same as I can say that about every culture.
But every
So
gay person ain't doing Satanism.
no, I know that, but I'm saying it's starting to seem like it's very synonymous and it's meshed together with no judgment. Like that's what it's starting to seem like. I'm seeing it all
But
the time.
that would be his argument that the things that we celebrate in black culture are degenerate. So overall, we support degeneracy.
We don't
Because a
really
sexy red
celebrate it
could
just
get pushed to
because
the
you see
top.
it. Don't mean you celebrate it.
Certain music artists could get pushed to the top. Certain rappers who talk about murder could get pushed to the top. So then he'll be like, "Well, they're not
I
mad
mean,
about
it's
this."
certain. I mean, I get it. I'm not
I'm talking about
arguing it.
like I said, I don't think most black people look at that like that. But like for the mainstream, like what we see, people will believe that. Like, damn, black people really support like a sexy red. Like, why would they support this? Like, this chick because they don't know every black person. They don't know every black person. Don't probably listen to sexy red, but they'll
Yeah,
generalize like
my
all these black
thing
people
with
like degeneracy.
Sneeko, my thing with Sneeko is just it's a dumb point. It's stupid to me. Like black people don't celebrate. It's plenty for him to be young. I know it just as much as you see people talking about liking sexy red. People talk shit about sexy red. He not on these for a nigga like Sneeko. it's not like you just secluded away from social media. So when you see a person like that pop up, you only get like you just like, oh well, she must be something because like bro, you get to see all sides of it from a sneaker. Like the nigga just don't like black people.
Well, he's a hypocrite.
I don't
You're
want
right
to
now
hear
because
shit.
he hangs out with Lil
I
Pump. So
always
it's
hear
like
shit like
you can't be mad at this, but they hang out with Lil Pump. So it's like he's a hypocrite. But I'm saying how
and
people would look at it.
yeah, and he just don't like black people at the end of the day. It's gonna be degenerate black people out there. Like sexual
Just
ain't
like
bigger
it's
than
gonna be wild
LeBron.
gay people. Because I'm sure most gay people aren't like gay people we see on social media.
I
They
agree.
just go to
I
work,
agree
they
with
live their
you.
life.
I agree with you. I'm just asking when gay people gonna step up and say something about Lil Nas X. That's all I'm saying. At some point, nigga gotta get checked.
But who's
Like
the
the
most
nigga,
famous gay that can say something?
it ain't gotta be a famous. The nigga just need to be counseled.
But my thing it's like with you though. It's like not with you, but like what he's doing, I guess, because he's black and he's gay. He's mocking Jesus. But like, I mean, you called out what's his name, Kendrick Lamar for his like. Did you call Kendrick Lamar for the buddy or the diamond? Was that true?
I ain't criticize him. I was questioning his paradox in his mind. He be lost in like, I'm not your savior. Well, nigga, stop dressing like it. That's all I say. Like, don't be acting like, why do people treat me a certain way when you dress and act like the shit that these motherfuckers treat you? Like, that's only my thing with it. Don't act like you don't know why the shit happening.
Yeah, my thing with Lil Nas X too is really just like, why do people get? I just don't understand why at this point people get tricked into the outrage. Like, we know,
nigga
like,
need to
we
be
know what the nigga
hung.
doing. He what?
He need to be hung.
Okay, we gotta go.
I'm
Maybe we
serious.
need to start doing night
serious.
streams. We need to start doing night streams and so when this nigga tired, this nigga wilding. We gotta go.
I'm
We gotta.
serious, brother. This man is a degenerate. If it was in a Muslim country, the nigga would be killed. When you play with people, God, you get killed. Niggas go to war for lesser shit. Niggas get killed for lesser shit. Bro, you are mocking the person that I think created me, the person that I think work like that puts me in the places I need to be, and you think this shit a joke. You just dancing on Satan.
I don't think a lot of people are as like Christian as they claim to be.
I agree with that. And that's what kind of going to my point earlier with the Jewish shit. But I still
like
think
when I saw Kai
Cenat,
when Kai Cenat was like, "You man, you eat my dick. You don't play with my God." It's like, bro, y'all niggas don't give a fuck about God that much. Y'all do degenerate shit yourself. Niggas do degenerate shit. Niggas celebrate degenerate shit. They do degenerate shit. Don't do all the God shit.
I still think there's levels, and
he
I
said
could be
this
wrong.
was fun while it lasted.
I think I could be wrong because they say no sin is created equal. So I will stand there, and I ain't supposed to be the nigga judging motherfuckers at the end of the day. But I do think that shit is a blatant level of mockery versus you just being who you are, where everybody gonna have a little bit of sin in them. No one's perfect. Everybody gonna have shit that they fall to. Everybody gonna have their vices. Versus straight up mocking a motherfucker is a difference. That's my thing. Like he knows what he's doing to get attention, to gain followings, to even piss off other people. Versus Kai Cenat fucking a bitch because he horny. Like, I just don't view that in the same light. There's plenty of niggas that's gonna fuck bitches because they horny. That's just a part of human nature. But to act like you have to, like, this nigga don't have to do none of that shit. Like, at all.
That's what I said. I don't think he makes terrible sounding music. I just think like I said this. I don't think he has a fan base, like a true fan base. So like I said, he has to like create controversy to generate attention. Because people, because I'm gonna see what was he doing? Because you want to see now, what does he do? Is he mocking God? Is he gonna pull the rug from under us and not do shit? Like, what's he gonna do? So he's gonna get a lot of views. People are gonna talk about it. He's either gonna mock God or he's not gonna have anything to do with God in the video. And nigga just gotta click.
And another thing that I'm saying is that when I bring up this gay versus Satan shit, Hollywood know and using gay people as a shield right now to push whatever they want, because you can't say shit to trans, you can't LGBT. Let's just not say gay people. The alphabet. They know you can't really say anything about them, just like the Jews, because they're protected. It's whatever you want for whatever reasons.
Protected
so
class.
Now they start pushing messages through these people because they protected. And I feel like at some point, gay people got to stand up or just be or accept that people gonna see them as synonymous with these degenerate things. I'm sorry,
but you gotta think too. Gay people, like how you said, that gay people are protected class. It's just like any black person who's like, it just like they'll just be turned into a martyr. Just not a mono martyr's the right word, but they'll just be vilified like anybody else. Like, because this is a protected class, you can't go against them. Like, for instance, like a Candace Owens, like some people think she was right, some people think she's wrong, whatever. But she went against the narrative of Black Lives Matter. I mean, she got big. Obviously, she's fucking a massive star, but she gets killed. So any gay person that goes against gay people is going to be looked at as, or this is for women, like women in feminism. Pearl, pick me, bitch, get the fuck out of here, hoe. We gonna fuck about your So any gay person, oh, you want to be liked by the straights, you want to be da da da. So it's like, I don't know how effective it'll really be. Unless you like, because what you're one is like the majority of gay people who probably don't even give a fuck about any of this, because that's what it would take. It would take like the majority of people who probably don't even post shit on social media about politics and any of that type of shit. They just going to work,
No,
going
I
home
really want the
with their
loud gays to
dogs.
start talking. It's really the loud gays. The loud gays, just like it'd be the loud feminists. If normal people living their life, that shit was gonna affect them, whatever. They don't want to get into it, they don't got to. But it's a loud group of motherfuckers out there being used just to be loud and dumb. That's my problem.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I mean, and when I'm not just throwing little Nas X in there, but Hollywood and Satanism go hand in hand, and now they're using gays with the Satanism to go
Let me
hand
ask
in
you
hand.
this
I just feel
question.
like some point somebody got to say something.
So it's just with the Jesus thing. When you say he's mocking them, you're talking about when he was doing the drinking the wine and the cracker, or you talking about him being on the cross? What were you talking? What's it mocking him?
Him getting lap dance from Satan. All this shit is insane. All that
Oh,
shit
you
is a
talking about that?
mockery.
Okay.
All that
Because
shit is
some
a mockery.
people are saying him just dressing up like Jesus is like a mockery.
I mean, that's a part of it too, for
Because
sure.
I looked up rappers that use like Jesus in a thing. Like Absol got a video called "In the Stigmata" 2014, where he's like he's carrying the cross up the thing like he's Jesus.
Well, there's nothing wrong. I don't think that's mocking. You could
I'm,
carry your own.
I'm trying to
You
get the
can carry your
gauge of
own
what people.
cross.
I'm trying to get the gauge. Like Kanye West on Rolling Stone was obviously they called it the Passion of Kanye West. He was Jesus. Not Lil Nas, Hate Me Now. He had the cross. He was Jesus. And Tupac on Illuminati. No, Machiavelli, the Don. Is it the Illuminati? Yeah,
I
he
don't have
had
too much of a
himself hung up like
problem.
Jesus on the cross.
I don't have too much of a problem with it, but I get it's like this person is a degenerate person and now they're acting like God. I understand the problem where it comes from.
That's what get to.
It's
Is it
not
because
wrong.
he's gay? That's why we get to the root.
Oh, me personally, no, it's
If
not
he was
just
a straight
gay,
guy
no.
doing it, would it be a big deal, or is it because he's gay doing it? Is a big deal.
Nah,
I'm trying to
not
get to the root.
it's who the person is personally is the problem with me.
He's an attention whore. He does anything to get attention. Like I said, he does the lap dance thing to get attention. He does the makeout session on the award show. He does the gay prison dancing scene. He does anything to get any type of attention. And the only thing I don't like about him is I don't like motherfuckers that do shit for attention and they know the reaction they're gonna get, and then they get the reaction and they're like, "Oh my god, why is everybody like?" You already know what you're doing. Like you're not just like it's different when you see a person like organically making art and then like something happens they get in trouble for it. Like, I wasn't trying to offend nobody. I was just making art. He's clearly trying.
Yeah,
Even he said, "Guys, why are you so mad at me? I'm going back to school for like a Bible degree. I'm going like to whatever they do. What do Bible people do? Go to school? What's it called? Like monastery? I don't know what they do. But from Liberty University, I think Liberty University came out and said we did not offer no acceptance letter to Lil Nas X. So it's like so clearly he's like he's trying to play on the Christian shit.
man, nigga, a demon. He's a clear demon, bro. Like, and my thing, I feel the same way about black women. Like I said, counsel me or whatever you feel.
This
Like,
nigga going
Satanism
crazy.
shit though.
God
It's
damn.
this with the Satanism shit though, with the degeneracy and the Satanism shit. Megan Thee Stallion, she could be a degenerate, but along with being a degenerate and shit, shaking ass, which is already trash, they start to push the Satanism shit with her as well. And I think at some point, black women got to be like, yeah, I might like twerking and shit, but I still got some type of morals. It's like they start to lump all that shit in together, and I don't know. It's confusing for sure, but some people got to see the shit that I'm talking about. It's like at some point there has to be a
a lot of people
line.
spoke
Like
on the whole like snake with
that,
the
yeah,
cobra
and that
shit.
wasn't
I
her
think people
first
spoke
time.
on it.
That wasn't her first time. The Doja Cat shit. It's like she's a degenerate. So now let's also push the devil shit. And everyone argument is like, well, black men was acting like Jesus, shit like that. But black men don't push Satanism. Like they might push some degenerate shit, but pushing Satanism, bro, like that's supposed to be the most scariest shit.
Lil Uzi and them, don't they be pushing like that? Lucifer.
Okay, I guess you can get it from some of the younger niggas, yeah, for sure. Playboy Cardi and shit like
Jay-Z,
that.
you say Jay-Z hang out with a black witch.
Yeah, but it's not in his forefront of his music by any means or his image. Like I know that bitch a witch, but not everybody else knew she was a witch in a sense like that. But it's up front in their music videos. It's not even like my thing. Niggas used to hide the Satanism in Hollywood. Now it's up front, and it's up front because niggas is allowed to be bold and degenerate, and they able to push that through these artists and shit like that. Hey, push this Satanism. Hey, push this Satanism. and they're doing it. And I feel like people and groups are being used as a vessel from Hollywood and society, and
I,
and
I would
somebody
say
got to kick
I
it.
would say this. I would grant you this because I think a lot of black people they do like speak out on the whole like sexy red type shit. Like, why is this our like why is this the one that's being promoted the most? Um, but I guess they're not the loudest people because there's more people like, yeah, bitch, go sexy red, fuck my baby dad. There's more like the loud people. For like with the whole like with the gay narrative, we think about Lil Nas X, the devil thing. And you got last year, what's the other gay white dude? What's his name?
Sam
Sam
Smith.
Smith. He was doing the whole devil shit. It's like, but it's like, oh my god, that's so bomb. It's like, you probably because the thing that happens is, which is unfortunate, like I said, then your community starts to get, lumped in with that type of thing when probably most y'all don't do that shit. But when people see it getting celebrated to a high degree, they start looking at shit like, why the fuck is this, the identity? Like you saying with female rap, with the whole, I guess, devil shit. Meg got some devil shit. I don't know who else got devil shit, but
Doja Cat.
Sexy Red got like a little devil thing, don't she?
I'm not 100% sure.
She's got a degenerate thing, maybe.
But yeah, Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi's, you ain't seen them.
Yeah. And then there's like the Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzis. Then there's the drill rap niggas who got they like obviously their murder type shit. So yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah,
Man,
the story was no, Lil Nas X was not actually admitted to Liberty University to study Christian leadership. So he lied about that, and he lied about everything. Like I said, tonight he's dropping. Oh, what you work? You work tonight?
Yeah.
What time you off?
Like 10 or 11. Or 11.
Damn.
We close at 10.
Okay. Well, I'll probably be live with Lil Wardo anyways. 21 Savage dropping his album tonight, so we're gonna be.
I ain't know about that at all.
Locked and loaded for 21. He's dropping the album. Kid
Yeah,
Cudi's dropping an album. I don't really care about Kid Cudi, but 21's dropping his album tonight. He got Lil Durk, Travis Scott, Summer Walker, Brent Faiyaz, Young Thug. Who else he got on his album? I seen. I forgot who else.
What kind of rollout was this?
He dropped a little movie with Childish Gambino and the dude from the black dude from Stranger Things. And he said, "Hey, we rocking. We dropping an album tonight." So
I ain't watch it though.
Yeah, I ain't watch it. I was reacting to like clips of it. But I'm ready for it, so we'll probably be live with him to go for the first. That's like the first. Obviously, it's only the first week of the year, so that's the first like major album of the year. And we've been waiting on 21 Savage since Savage Mode 2 for his own album. But yeah, that'll be tonight, 11 p.m. So y'all can tune in that if y'all want to. I gotta go and pick up my son, so I'm about to head up out of here. Unless I don't know if the stream. I don't even know if the stream's still live. The stream might be. We might got a ban or something by the end of this damn stream today. But it is what it is. We got to go to Rumble. No.
It's crazy, but nah, man. I said, bro, motherfuckers be getting used.
We don't need a reiteration. We don't need a reiteration.
I'm about to say this though. I would say I don't think he should get hung. Apo is right. Don't be violent on the behalf of God.
Let God do the judgment.
No, it's 100%. But if a nigga get hung, slip and fell off stage and broke his neck, I wouldn't be sad.
Okay, but he just had to.
Sensational. The nigga do need some karma.
Y'all live tonight, nigga? I thought you was going live tonight. Why you asking this? I was just talking about going live with you. You know, live streaming 21 Savage. I mean, if you don't, I am still. So fuck it. I'm going live tonight. So whatever. I'll be here. You might have to put Bryce on like a timeout. Maybe Bryce on. He might have some more thoughts by the time he come back home.
I'm just saying.
But anyways, yeah, tonight 21 Savage album drops 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11 Central Standard Time. So we'll be here for that. So salute y'all for watching, subscribing. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day, man. We out.